Hello, welcome everybody to the first Asians Represent stream in quite some time. I probably should have looked up the time since we last streamed, but I am very happy to be able to kind of host our return. Today we are going to be playing an adventure I wrote called A Family Affair, which is based on kind of a fantasy interpretation inspired by Vietnam and Vietnamese culture. I'm super excited to welcome a team of incredible Vietnamese content creators and actual play actors. I'm just so happy to it's my dream to run this with an all Viet table. So I'm just over the moon that we get to do this together. Diving right into our adventure here. We're going to be playing in, as I mentioned, kind of a fantasy world inspired by Vietnam. The premise of which is a large noble clan that's been ruling the province, and they generally are called upon to solve problems within it. So all of the players here will be taking on the role of characters who are part of this larger clan. So basically everyone's cousins or an auntie in one very specific case. And so they've all kind of grown up together. They probably have their own rivalries and things like that. You may, in fact, see some of this develop dynamically over time as people figure out their dynamics and all of that. But I'm going to go through. We're going to have the players introduce themselves and introduce the character that they're going to play. And we will start with the elder who has somehow been tasked with keeping this party on track. Michelle, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Michelle Rapp. I'm so happy to be making a reappearance here on Asians Represent. I love this group. Such a wonderful little collection of people who I will one day get to meet in person. But overall, I just I love this little online family that we've created, and I'm so excited to be playing in this RPG family that we're creating today in this game. So I am playing. Let's see, my full name is. Well, I go by Bac Lien, which is essentially Auntie Lien. I believe my family is the Hung family, and so my full name would be Hung Bac Lien. I am a 65-year-old angry she-himbo lesbian who is widowed and has since decided, after her wife passed, who was much more political and cunning and charming, to just go retire to a cottage and spear fish just to kind of work through that grief. And so she hasn't really worked through a lot of that grief. What she has done is worked through a lot of fish, which she has then given in various forms to her relatives from time to time. She doesn't say much. She's a loomer. And she really loves to, I think now, just see how sharp her spear can get, honestly. Most of the things that she does in her spare time include sharpening her spear, drying fish, storing fish, catching fish, eating fish, and staring sullenly into the water, reminiscing about her marriage.
Now, I have a very important question. How tall is Bac Lien?
Bac Lien is pretty tall. I think she's 6'2". She's a very tall person, and she's built. So she has strong she-himbo energy, I suppose is the way I would call it. She is the muscle of any pairing. She's used to basically backing up the smarter person in the room. So no longer having that smart person around, she just kind of, hangs out. She's not doing well. So maybe this adventure is coming at a good time.
Oh gosh. So on that happy note,
yeah, trauma.
Kevin, you're up. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Kevin Win. My pronouns are he, they. I'm a writer and designer and stuff. You can find my stuff in Unbreakable and Pathfinder. Today I'm going to be playing Hung Dong, and they are of the Xian family, which are like the warrior kind of art military family of the clan. And this is the youngest member of this group of cousins. Dong is very young, very impressionable, is like in that age where they're really looking for their place in the world, and is like kind of really anxious. And because they're looking for like that kind of structure, they fit perfectly into the military structure, for better or worse. And they're like, now that they've been given this mission with this group, they're probably going to be questioning a lot of like that military structure and like how that really works in the real world outside of that sort of framework.
Poor guy, just like, oh no, my chain of command, where did it go?
I mean, Baklian is the eldest, but like,
Sitting at the end of the dock, just like stabbing the water angrily.
So sad.
Sorry.
Well, that's why you whippersnappers are coming in.
Well, how about this, Steve? Maybe your character is less of a hot mess. What do you say to that?
You should not bet on that. Hi, everyone. My name is Steve Wynn. You might recognize me as one of the co-hosts on Asians Represent, the channel that you're on right now. My pronouns are currently he, him. I'm so pumped to be here. Today, I'll be playing as Yin. It's spelled Vin, but if you're cool and you're like in the South, you can say Yin and like really draw it out, and that way it's really fun for everyone. And you can always just tell everyone that they're pronouncing it wrong and they can't say shit about it. Anyways, Yin is from the Thai kind of section of the family, and we're all entertainers, we're dramatists, we're theater kids, or as Yin calls them, amateurs, hacks. I am the one true talent that's going to uprising. I might be young, but soon stardom will be mine, and that's what I'm going to be playing for this adventure, whatever it happens to be. Who knows? Yin will be using all pronouns.
Excellent. Absolutely nothing is going to go wrong.
Sure, yeah. I'm already happy. My arc is done. Like,
I'm the best. There's nowhere to go from there, obviously.
Exactly.
All right, and last but certainly not least, Danny.
Yeah, hey guys, my name is Danny. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all over the internet at Brutal Dan. I am your himbo's favorite himbo. I just like to play games, talk about games, and do cool stuff like with this group of people. Today I'm playing Song, and Song's pronouns are they, them, and they're kind of this aloof, artsy, fartsy type of character where they're very hyper fixated on anything. They see the beauty in the world, and they probably are always fidgeting with something in their hands, looking around, picking up rocks, picking up dirt, and like creating things on the fly, making little pieces of art just to hide them around. As they come from the Kim family line, who is known for building beautiful art around. However, they always challenge the original idea of what art can be, almost to a certain extent where they might piss off a lot of elders, because for them, anything that they call art, they consider art. Why not? They love crafting. Jade is one of their favorite things to craft. It takes a long time, so they probably have like a lot of nicks and bruises in their hands, sometimes for being heavy, and they carry this huge like green jade on their back at all times, maybe breaking off a piece here or there to just carve something that inspires them.
How heavy is Jade? Is really fucking heavy. Right?
I'm really regretting not having you build a muscle wizard.
Oh, also Song is like 4'5", like very, very short.
Yeah, Apple's tall.
I'm imagining a fastball special where Baklian just throws you.
Yeah.
Giant jade.
I recently got to watch the Asterix and Obelix movie, and like I'm getting that image of like Obelix with the giant Monier on the back is like Song with their jade.
Except small.
Except very small, like small, very, very small. But all right, now that we've introduced our party, let's dive right in, shall we? So, Bak Lian excluded from here. So, Thong, Yin, and Song, you have all been invited, and by invited, I mean voluntold, to present yourself to the elders at the most recent family gathering. So, the generally for these gatherings, they're very lively. There's a lot of kind of internal clan politics, a lot of kind of posturing among the families. The elders themselves kind of have their own room prepared where they will usually, sit, eat, gamble, do all of the things that the elders of the family do while making major decisions and negotiations on behalf of the family and the clan. So before we move you to the elders, though, you guys have all grown up together. You are about the same age. You are cousins. You've seen each other at all of the regular gatherings, all of the holidays. What are your thoughts as you see kind of the three of you have been sort of singled out to go to the elders together, which you will all know, obviously, that means that there's some kind of a mission coming down for all of you.
Oh, this was it? Was everyone else busy or?
I don't know. I don't think the elders would pick you two to come here for something important. So,
Well, clearly I'm just here to facilitate and then send you two off to do, I don't know, like shovel shit or something like that. I don't know.
No, we're in so much trouble. We're so much trouble. They wouldn't call us up here if we were in trouble. No, I don't. This is not.
I think. Yeah,
no, we're not in trouble.
I mean, you might be.
Me? What? I left all the elders a present. Why would I be in trouble? You told me to.
Yeah, but I mean, like, did you really put that much effort into it?
No, but they don't have to know that.
No, but how expensive was it? They don't care what it is. It's about how much it cost, right?
I used fake jade because it's easier to carve, but I thought, I don't know.
See, I stand by it. I think it was a good idea because now they know that you really don't care. And then now you're free. You can do whatever you want.
I care a little bit.
I don't want to be free.
What do you mean you don't want to be free?
Being free means you're alone, means you're unsafe.
We could be free together.
Free doesn't get me. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, we don't know.
You're really like harshing the vibe here. I came here to just be mean, and now you're making it way too real. Like, you understand that.
Oh no, you're great
like
at that. You're doing such a good job.
See, there we go. That's what I want to bring into this. Clearly, we're here to do some BS for the elders. So let's just get it done and we can go home. And you can work on your jade and you can go do push-ups or whatever it is you do for fun.
So while the kids are kind of discussing and all of this, the elders are waiting impatiently for their arrival. Also among the elders is the retired elder of the Vin family, Bak Lian. And the everyone's kind of waiting. Bak Lian, obviously, since you used to be part of this table, you are invited to share in the food and partake in all of that. After a while, and people are just kind of looking at each other, wondering where these kids are. The current elder, your nephew, Hung, kind of leans over and is like, Hunty, would you mind going to grab the kids? This man is built similarly to you. He's actually 2 inches taller than you somehow. And all muscles, but he's extremely meek around you. and he will never he never flinches. You are the only one who's permitted to call him Little Hung, which is what he was known as growing up, and you are probably one of the only ones to remember that.
So I arrived at this whole shindig about like 10 minutes late, and I don't dress like any of the other elders. Like the other elders have like kitted themselves out with like the nice dresses and the nice robes. I show up in like the outfit that has the least amount of fish on it, and I sit in one of the few chairs that can actually hold me. Is just me and Little Hung. Like we have the two biggest chairs at this table. I brought a big clay pot of like caramelized fish stew, and that's my contribution to this. So I put it on there. It's still like sizzling a little bit. And I haven't said anything to anyone. I just sat down with this bowl of fish. And when Lil Hung looks at me and gives me this request, I look at him and I kind of, he's like 2 inches like higher than me, taller than me. I give him this look like he's actually, maybe you're big on the inside, but I know you're 4'2" inside. I've seen you. I change your diapers.
Oh.
And I look at him and I say, what's wrong with your legs? You can't go get them yourself?
Little Hung
good.
looks extremely, extremely conflicted here and decides to go on his own.
Good.
Nothing is wrong.
And I nod approvingly, and I serve him a big like spoonful of fish stew. So when he gets back, he's got something to eat.
Thank you, Auntie. There is muted laughter from some of the other elders.
I look around, and as I hear the muted laughter, I like just put on this expression of like, do not F with me.
So while you three then are kind of sorting your shit, Elder Hung comes and he looks a bit put out, a bit frazzled, but kind of sidles up, is like, there you are. Come, your elders are waiting.
Did Auntie bring me enough of the fish in the very pretty pot that she always puts it in?
Yeah, sure. Come on, now.
Oh, are we not gonna? Wait, we're gonna eat first before we get get told what we're doing here, right?
Now, son.
I push Yin in the front.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. This is not going the way I thought it would. Okay, let's just rip Band-Aid process. Just rip it off. Let's go.
All right. So Elder Hung takes you all to the room. You see kind of the rest of the elders assembled. Lots of drinking's been going on. They haven't really got into the cards yet, but you see the maps with the different zodiac animals kind of laid out and decks of cards for play. The food obviously is just like mouth-watering, like choice cut meats, soups, rice, of course, in abundance, but a lot of like rice dishes. Pretty much anything that's being served at any other table within the manor is also here, but like the best cuts of that. There are also no chairs as you are brought in to stand before your elders, who kind of seat themselves ominously, along with Elder Hung, who tries with as much dignity as he can muster to return to his own seat, besides his auntie, and sit down with you. But as the kind of tension is about to boil over, the matriarch kind of looks at all of you and says, hey, You're too skinny. Eat. And bids you all to fill your plates.
I know, but Elder Hung told me to wait before, and I know I'm so skinny. I need more food.
After you, Banoy, please.
And she's eating herself. The elder matriarch Lynn, she doesn't carry a clan name herself. Although you do know that she's actually from your family, the Chin, originally. But when one is elevated to the matriarch role, they no longer obviously represent a family. They represent the clan as it stands. So she's just eating as she goes. But she is giving you all the look of like, I told you to do something, and I do expect that you do that right now.
Oh yeah, Song's already filled up a plate and has like waddled over to Baklian and is like, can you put some extra of your fish stew in here?
I look at you and it's just impassive. And then I take one big meaty hand and I get a spoon, get a big spoonful of that fish stew, and I put it right on your rice. Put it back. Put a hand on your head. And then take it off, and then clearly goes to signal that you need to leave. I did the thing. I did the thing.
One more.
I look at you again, and again that look just looks like gets a little more intense. Like, I did the thing.
Grandma Lynn says I'm skinny. I need more food. I look at
Elder Hung, and I'm just like, can you take care of this? Can you just take care of this?
I already tried to get him to give me more food, but he told me to just follow, and I need another.
Elder Hung does respond to Baklin and begrudgingly dollops one more spoonful, and between grit teeth tells you to go back to your seat.
I flash a smile at Elder Hug and like speed walk away.
Yeah, I think Yin is like, okay, things have gotten tense very meekly, just to like meet the minimum of the assignment here. Grabs like one of the bitter greens, a little bit of like cooked noodle, and then I've decided that Yin's vegetarian, and we're gonna go some like pickled vegetables and just like very, very, very small, modest wrap, a little bit of sauce, one bite. Check the vibe of the room. What's going on?
So, as a vegetarian, is he taking fish sauce?
Oh yeah, they're cool. They're a cool vegetarian.
Okay. I was gonna say, because like, unfortunately, not taking the fish sauce is akin to a mortal sin in this family.
Yeah. I said vegetarian in my brain. I knew you all knew what I meant.
You have Nook Mom on your freaking shirt, dude.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so you do take the appropriate sauces to not get called out by your elders. That is good.
Yin understands what's going on, just doesn't like it.
And then Tong, are you? How are you?
Are there bones in the fish?
I shake my head.
Oh my god!
No. Then I'll take some. But can you put it on the side so it doesn't touch the rice? I just.
See, Backley likes you because you are properly afraid. So she does give you 3 scoops on the side, not touching the rice.
Oh, get 4, get 1 more.
No, not ask for more.
Yin's like, do it.
Dong will give you like one of their scoops. So. We'll slide from their plate over yours, like one of the helpings of stew.
Yeah.
So once you guys are seated and you conversation kind of starts to flow back to normal, the elders are kind of doing their own thing. They don't seem particularly nonplussed that you are all here. Clearly, they expected you to be here. They don't mind that you're eating. But kind of as the meal starts to draw to a close, there's a wrapping on the table, as matriarch Lynn just kind of slams her fist onto the table a few times for attention and looks at all three of you. Now then, to business. As you've probably heard, we recently lost contact with the port town of Canfan. Our scouts just returned from the area and they found that the town is occupied by a foreign power. I'm very offended that these invaders decide to just take one of our cities without bothering to reach out. I need you to evict them.
That's it?
Were you expecting anything else?
I mean, I was...
Are you incapable of the task?
Obviously not. But, I mean... Sure, we'll do it. We'll be back by, like, dinner.
Excellent.
Do we get dessert first, or we just...
No.
Oh. What about a piece of fruit?
Dessert is for those who succeed. You should know how this works.
I gotta wash out my mouth with like some oranges or apple slices or something.
Point of order.
She gives you a look and you feel your soul start to wither in your body.
Point of order. You know, if we don't eat before we go, we can't really behave at 100% or whatever. Thong, you know this stuff. Like you need a proper diet to do push-ups or whatever it is you do for fun.
I think at this point, Jaya has been served to the elders, so we're eating dessert.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the elders are having dessert. You're not, nor will you.
I mean, I'll have another dinner if I can't get dessert.
But
I gotta fuel up to take out these people, right? What are we doing?
We presume that 50% of your capabilities should be more than sufficient. Now then, the reason we have asked Elder Lian to join us is that she has kindly agreed to accompany you. I don't know if you read the letter that came to you. It wasn't actually a request, so you were ordered to do this. But they will permit you to save face and say that you volunteered. Whether or not you make a fuss, that's up to you.
I don't make a fuss. I think that the letter that was given to Baklian was simple, to the point, and very direct because the matriarch knows who she's dealing with.
Oh, for sure.
And I think at this point, it's like, you know, even though Baklian is not doing it, I mean, if therapy is a thing here, she needs a lot of it. But she does still, you know, like her family, even if she doesn't want to be around them all the time. So she's going to do it. And also, like, who are these people taking our town? What the hell?
It's an excuse to stab something that's not a fish.
This is also true.
But as you are all kind of given your marching orders, you are each called up to attend your elder. So starting with Gin. So your elder, Elder Min, they are the greatest actor possibly ever in the history of the clan. And they give you a kind of a self-satisfied smirk. If you wish, I will let you roll empathy to try and get a read on what the elder is thinking here. Empathy is with either mind or spirit.
I'm going to do it, but I feel like I already know the answer because I'm so smart. But you said it was intuition, right?
Yeah, intuition.
I rolled a 1, the lowest you can get.
You have no idea why your important duties have been interrupted for this. You are completely clueless. But they hand you a sheaf of paper and say, "Perform well, little star," and send you on your way.
As if I could do any less, and just like snatches it with like a harumph and like floats down back into the masses.
Next up then, Thong, you are called up by your elder, An. An is a retired general, so she's known as the Demon of Blades. She is terrifying, put simply. And she kind of looks you over and calls you to stand at attention. So
immediately salutes.
Excellent.
Attention.
Nods, hands you a sheaf of paper, pats you on the shoulder, gives you a sign of dismissal.
Yep. Turns on heel and walks away. That's all I need.
And you will notice, by the way, that as I am giving these introductions to you, I'm also going to be sending you your letter as to what you've been given. Finally, Elder Kim, Elder Hong, summons you over. She is very calm. She pinches your cheek. She hands you a small orange. And she hands you a letter. She hands you a few more. She's very indulgent. She just says, "Don't tell them I gave you this." Also gives you a nice pat and then sends you on your way before you can ask for even more. But and then Buckleyan, you among the things that the gifts you were given, there is a letter in there.
Great. I guess I stand up, for I am tall, and I. Sorry, this is the best letter ever. And I guess I look at little and I put like a big hand on his big shoulder, his big broad shoulder, and I nod at him. And it's like there's a look there that's just like, I care about you. You're not as good as my wife, but I care about you. So I'll do this. I like stabbing other things. Why not? And as I leave, I go and I grab like a box of like baked cassava cakes for later because I know the kids are going to be hungry.
I will. Because of that
cassava!
Reaction,
You shouldn't have.
Yeah. I will share what the letter said. It was a very simple letter. It just says, "Dearest Auntie, I would very much love a boat. Little Hung." I see, Lee, though none of you know what that thing said. But so you were all given some water buffalo to ride off to the destination. Kanfan is a city on the Delta, so it is in a very rich, fertile farming area. It has its own port. The city itself is actually built and comprised of floating homes. So the homes are actually built so that when the water levels rise, they just kind of rise up with the tides. And when the waters recede, they kind of come back down to earth and sit where they may. It's, at least for the times you visited, as you've all had opportunity to do so, as this is a major trading hub within the province, you've always kind of known it to be very loud, very bustling. It's about dawn when you finally arrive, having ridden through much of the night, and you would have had an opportunity, of course, to sleep if you would, and if Buckleyan let you. Buckleyan, did you let them sleep? Okay.
I did let them sleep, but in shifts.
What?
No, this is the proper order of things. This is the way we do things. Yes.
I point, and just nod.
Well, you can sleep on your shift, right?
You can, yeah. It's a special rule.
Yeah.
Buckleyan, are you catching for sleepers during the shifts?
Yeah, I am. Do I need to roll for that?
No.
Okay.
There is no way they can avoid you catching them from sleeping on the shift. What do you do to them? First of all, raise your hand if you fell asleep. Buckleyan, your punishment, please.
I think the punishment is that I take out the cassava cakes and they're like the really nice grilled ones with like the caramelized
They're
edges.
grilled? Okay, I take it back.
They're grilled, but you don't get one.
Well,
You don't
well
get
Auntie,
one.
if you're gonna be up to catch me to sleep, why can't you just watch guard?
I've been watching all that. I mean, I just don't say anything. I just eat the cake in front of them. I just eat it. And then I give. I just eat it. It's like a pure dominance move.
Yeah, I have no reaction. I just have like Fallout 3, like everyone disliked that. And I'm just gonna remember this.
You didn't keep the group safe. We're a family. We're all about keeping each other safe. And if you don't keep us safe, then you don't get grilled cassava cake.
But we
Yeah.
are safe, and you're safe enough to eat it in front of us without sharing.
Exactly.
Yin will remember this. Song will remember this.
No. Go back. Leon is right. If we can't do what our elders say, we don't deserve it. And then if Dong was given one, Dong gives it back. Like, no, I don't deserve this because
Dong-
we failed you.
Dawn gives she gives Dawn like 2 because you actually did your shift and you covered the other shifts. So
Dawn,
you're
give me
so
one.
tired.
Give me and Yin. We deserve it too because we're here and we're all safe together.
I give
Family.
you both an orange.
I don't need another orange.
It's a little orange. It's vitamin C. It's good for you.
Tong, I'll trade you for an orange.
Tom like is about to, but then looks at back to the end and he's like, no, I can't. I don't even like cassava cake. I can't. I'm sorry.
You know, Tong, I think this is a good opportunity for like a team building exercise. That's something you do all the time, right?
Yes.
Like cohesion of the unit, of the squadron.
Yes, they are very integral to our
I think
our
we should
operational
all take
effectiveness.
one bite of the cassava cake, the grilled one. We all take a bite of it and we solidify our bond as family.
When Buckleyan is not around, yeah, we'll do that.
Well, Buckleyan has to share in too.
Exactly.
At this point, Buckleyan has gone off to the nearest body of water and is like spearfishing.
Oh, see,
Oh,
he doesn't even care.
Facts to
Here,
facts
you
to
can have them. You can have both of them.
Okay, well, I mean, you should eat something too, technically.
No, I had the stew and everything. It's fine. It's fine.
Do you want an orange? It's okay if you say no.
That depends. Is it ripe? I don't like them if they're too ripe.
They're a little
Roll for
squishy.
ripeness.
I would like them if they're too ripe. Sorry.
I kind of like them when they're still
Buckleyan,
crunchy.
roll for ripeness.
I'm gonna roll for ripeness. Was that straight D20?
D10,
A
D10.
D10. I'll roll D10.
It's pretty ripe.
It's pretty right.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Song, you keep it. You're okay.
Oh,
My commanding officer says sugar is weakness. It's okay.
oh man, I must be very weak. I'm like
Right.
90% sugar.
I'm gonna really go to sleep now. Also, I'm pretty sure Bak is like in that thing she does, so she's probably gonna be gone for like another, was it like 2 hours usually?
I mean, I'm not going to take that long. We've got a mission, but I am going to like stare into the body of water, reminiscing about my dead wife. Unless somebody
So like
comes.
2 hours.
Oh yeah, so like a cool fiver, like a tenner.
All that to say, you do eventually make it to the city.
Yeah,
And you were issued rations too with the water buffaloes. Their saddlebags were loaded with food, so you do have breakfast that Thong will find very appropriate, and the rest of you who are not used to military rations will not.
There's grilled fish.
A luxury.
Where's the flavor?
Of the fish?
Yeah, there's
I
no
s-
sauce on it. You know I like things extra saucy.
You're extra saucy.
how far are we from the city? Because we can just go eat there.
Yeah, let's go eat there.
Yes, once we drive out the invaders, we can loot their homes, and then from there we can collect all their sauces.
Yes.
So super not what I was talking about, but kind of also.
I take out a sauce. I take out like the Nook Jam, which is like the it's like Nook Mung, but it has like chilies and lime and a little sugar in it, and then like you can eat with that because God forbid we leave home without that.
This is the first time Song feels like they can respect Auntie because she just pulled out freaking sauce out of where? Just in your pockets? You just carry. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm magical and old. And
Yeah, it's actually a technique that they have in their character sheet.
The magic sauce.
Yeah, magic sauce technique. Yeah,
magic sauce. It's very spicy.
But yeah, I say let's just go into the city. The breakfast was delicious, but I need people other than you, I guess. Let's go in the city. It'll be fun.
All right. So as you approach the city, you notice that it's deathly quiet. This place is a trading hub. It is normally bustling. You can hear people from like miles away, basically. Like, for those who've never been to Vietnam, like our cities are loud. Like there's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of like just people, things moving around, but there's none of that as you kind of approach the city.
It's like Times Square, but more classy.
Yeah. You also see 6 guards standing outside of the kind of the palisade that makes up the wall into the city from the land side. 4 of them are holding spears. 2 of them are holding crossbows. They are all blonde too, which is extremely unusual.
Do you think they dye their hair? Did they put color in it? I kind of like this look.
Oh, shit.
One time I tried to dye my hair and it turned really orange, so it didn't look like that.
Oh. Orange is not your color. It looks pretty bad on you.
I know. That's why my hair is black again, but thank you for reminding me.
You can always rely on me to be honest with you. That's my virtue and my gift to you.
I gently place my very large hand on Yin's back, and I push him very gently towards the guards because I feel like you are the smoothest one and can talk good.
I don't know if I can. Let me double check I can do that.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just thinking, I mean, this is what Backleon thinks.
Yeah. So in Valor, social skills are resolve and intuition. Resolve is generally using your general charisma, personability. Intuition is kind of using your more courtly manners, being more cerebral about how you approach things socially.
Gotcha.
So how are you resisting the 6'2" granny who is pushing you towards them?
No, I know it's good for my health. So I'm going to just like brush off a little bit, kind of like, okay, let's do it. So Yin drops the whole kind of like loosey-goosey, very like, mean girl act. Takes a deep breath. Hoses themselves and walks forward in a very courtly, very measured way. Letter in hand. Letter in hand approaches. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, I fall in line behind you. I'm very accustomed to doing this, being the big loomer behind the smooth talker.
I think Thong is shuffling next to Yin. Like they in their role in their unit is being a standard bearer, so they always have to be up towards the front, and they're walking right in lockstep with Yin, holding this big ass flag.
Yeah,
and you're the worst.
Song's rounding up the back, looking for seeing if they have any like looking for like jewelry and watches and like what's around their neck and like just like analyzing like who are these people,
what kind of drip they got.
Yeah.
So the guards make an observation roll, and that's going to be intuition.
I'm also looking at like the fabrics of their like what they're wearing. Like, is it expensive? Is it ragtag? Are they dirty? Ooh, a 16. Oh, so
Oh.
yeah.
So, a few things. One, their uniforms are a bit scruffy. These look like mercenaries or something similar. However, they are wearing very nice jewelry. Jewelry, you can tell, was manufactured here.
Hmm. As the other two cousins are in front, I'm like trying to like whisper upwards towards Auntie, and I'm like, they look like scrubs, but look around their neck. That's very expensive. And I don't think it's theirs.
As you approach, they are immediately on guard, weapons drawn, pointed at you. They're also looking at the giant battle standard that Tong is bearing and look like they're preparing for a fight. What are you going to say?
Greetings. Myself and my rest of my company are here, of course, to first say welcome into the fold. Of course, times have been tough, and our mission today is actually one of peace and communion. We are here to actually offer gifts. I assume that you've been hit by the recent droughts, like the rest of the communities have.
They kind of confer amongst each other in a language that you don't quite make out. Thong and Bucklian, I will let you both roll intuition or resolve. Because you two have probably traveled enough to be able to pick a bit up of this.
Mm-hmm.
Thong,
Sorry.
no.
Roll 20. I'm trying to remember where this is again.
On your first page in your attributes, it should have a roll intuition and a roll resolve. So either of those is
beautiful. Fine. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Intuition.
Or resolve, whichever you want to use. I believe resolve is better for you.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Roll. I'm rolling resolve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very resolute.
Okay.
Nice.
So you've heard enough of this to get kind of the general idea of what they're saying, which is basically like, these idiots are going to give us stuff. Cool. Let's let them. They kind of like confidently swagger forward, lowering their weapons, and are like, of course, we really appreciate the offerings. And as you know, times are tough, but we're getting through. And we appreciate it. We will distribute your generous offerings to the rest of the community.
Thank you so much. You needn't do that, but I think this plays to your honor and your virtue. Now, a lot of the gifts we brought are food, and my auntie, she's getting on an age, and she doesn't really let the rest of us carry it. She's very, protective. She's gone through a lot of hard times. Do you think those two strapping lads could give her a hand? She's struggling closer to the back there.
The guard kind of nods and motions to his men, and they kind of step forward to give Auntie a hand here.
Okay. So once they're separated, Yin is going to say, "Hit him now." So I'd like to go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to just disable them completely if you all want a surprise attack. Just tell me what you're doing. And if I like it enough, maybe we'll get into a combat. Maybe we won't. We'll see how well we do.
I mean, Backlian is a very simple woman. She's just going to, she's not inherently murderous, so she's going to try to just whack them with her stick.
Okay.
And just disable them.
All right. Roll muscle for me.
a 15.
All right. Are any of the rest of you going to do anything in this kind of surprise attack?
Yeah, I think Tong like sort of flattens out the standard like horizontally and like pushes and tries to like push a couple of them against the wall so that the others can like just sort of knock them out or attack as they will.
Go ahead and give me muscle on that too. Not bad, not bad. Anyone else doing anything in kind of this initial?
Can you remind me what compulsion flaw is?
Compulsion is every other turn, so not this turn, but your following turn, you need to burn a support action. In your case, I believe it's like fiddling with your jade.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. No, I think Song would be just kind of eyeing out like, how do I get this jewelry off of them? Because I know it doesn't belong to them.
Okay. So Song is not acting. Yin, what are you doing?
Song, come on. Yin grabs their pack and just kind of like loosens a strap, and a puppet, a fairly sized one, like 3 feet tall or so, jumps out of their pack into the sun. But as people are looking at it, Yin kind of drops and sweeps the leg of the one in front just to knock him down.
All right. I think I'm going to have you roll probably a dexterity.
I've rolled 2 ones this game so far. Auntie
Lin, Pak Lien basically caves some skulls here. Like these guys just go down. Definitely a bit of blood, a very uncomfortable crunching sound.
I didn't mean to, but it just happens.
You know, as you do. Yin fails to sweep them, the other 2 guys, but they also see Tong push like two more people against the wall. So these last 2 guys start swearing in a different language, and then they're actually going to turn and run, seeing how quickly the tables have been turned on them. Is anyone going to pursue, or they do have to try and run past Pak Lien as well? So if you would like, you can attempt to corral them.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically just do the thing where I just take my spear and I just try to whack. I don't know how many there are, but I'm gonna try to double whack.
2, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like run the middle and just like double whack each of them to make them fall.
All right, go ahead and roll muscle again if you would.
Okay. 16.
16. Pak Lien's doing quite well today.
Must feel nice.
Yeah, you
It
you
does.
just whack both of them like right in the solar plexus, and they just go down, gasping for air. So congrats, you've disabled the guards. And yeah, you can confirm on the at least the unconscious bodies that this is all stuff that they've looted from the town.
Can I loot back the expensive jewelry?
Yeah, you can take it.
I think Tong is going up to each one of these unconscious guards, and not in like a weird like serial killer way, but in like a Zorro way, is carving like foolish on each of their foreheads due to the letter that they've received from their elder, asking them to carve upon these invaders the foolishness of their actions.
Pak Lien was not updated with this, and it was like I took out a net and I was just gonna like put them all under a net. But
You still can.
just standing there with the net, like the fuck.
Yin's gonna stop Tong after the first one.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
we're just gonna tie these people together and put a net on top, like a hairnet.
So I'm going to say, Pak Lien, you do actually remember Elder Lin in her youth.
Oh yeah.
Would do something similar, but usually it would be like she would take their hands off, carve it on the hand, and then staple it to them. So technically, this is a more humane approach.
Yeah. I guess I just go over and I motion for the letters to be smaller.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. That's
just
cool.
make it a little
That's still
smaller.
like me doing what I'm told. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. Just make them smaller. You don't need to make it so big.
Okay.
I just go over. I don't say anything, but I do motion just
Sure thing.
a little smaller.
Kong is impressed by your carving skills, writing skills. I don't know what these are called, but Song is very
Engraving.
Engraving, skin engraving.
It's a
skin
skill
engraving.
combination.
It's a practice skill. I mean, good on you for like putting in the hours.
The rest of the party is just watching you meticulously engrave.
Well, so the good news is you have disabled the guards successfully. The bad news is their incredibly agonized screaming has raised some degree of attention. So your suspicion meter is now at 2. If the suspicion meter raises up to 10, bad things will happen. By bad, I mean you're probably going to have to fight something.
This is great news. 2 out of 10. We have way more room to cause a ruckus.
Yeah, exactly. That said, the guards are now disabled and you have free access into the city.
If we loot them, do we see anything of use? Any like correspondence or any weird suspicious stuff? Any weird foreign stuff that looks weird and foreign?
They definitely have some coins that you don't recognize. Not a whole lot, mostly kind of in brass. It looks very meager, which would probably explain why they were so eager to steal kind of the expensive trade goods in the city. Again, like you've been around, like Baklian's been around enough to recognize mercenaries when she's seen them.
Yeah. Just kind of hoping for like some kind of info.
There are a few letters. They are not in your language.
I hold the letters up to the so we're like walking in through the gates. I'm assuming we're walking and talking. I assume that we've already carved foolish in like maybe 12 to 16 point font on these people's heads. And I'm just like holding these up to all of you, just like, do any of you know what this says?
It's pretty.
Those who would like to may make an intuition roll to see if you can decipher.
I'm not going to make an intuition roll.
Can I do something magical? Can one of my
yeah.
Okay. I think what I'm going to try to do is just like carve off like a little, it's going to look like a small retractable telescope, but at the end it looks like an eye. And I'm like hollowing it out. And I'm going to try to cast some sort of magic to be able to like decipher through this.
I like your methodology. So add 2 to your aura roll.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Oh my God.
What?
Whoa. So it would be a 21, but it was a 10.
Yeah,
plus my 9 aura.
Yeah,
21.
So you managed to imbue a translation spell on this little lens, and you read through it. This is a contract. The contract stipulates that these mercenaries will join the company of one Francois Melun in his invasion of, I will put huge quotations around here, the foreign barbarians. The commission is to establish a bulkhead in their nation for a larger future invasion. And the commission entitles them to full salvage rights in addition to a pay of 5 brass coins per day.
I read this out loud and like not really understanding how all the words string together as I'm like trying to read it. So I don't get the full context of what I just read, but all of you guys heard that.
Yeah, and there is some like because you're reading it literally, the word structure is a bit different, so it sounds kind of awkward as you're translating it. But between you, you can eventually kind of figure out, okay, this is how this is supposed to.
Yeah.
Backlane has like a Florence Pugh frown on her face. Just
Isn't that her normal face?
no, it's just that it's not a frown of sadness; it's a frown of anger and like
Gotcha.
outrage. There's a fine distinction.
So, I'll be the bad person here. I'll ask this. So this isn't just like a landlord of victim situation. This is a drive out people who are looking to kill a whole bunch of peasants situation, isn't it?
Yes, standard first wave tactics.
Okay, so like obviously, like I'm here for the peasants. We should save them, be good people, and all that kind of stuff, and they should pay us. But
They
my
do
big
pay
thing,
taxes. Like they pay taxes to your clan.
yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to bring in tipping culture. It's like something I heard about, and I think.
Oh no!
But
I
here's
think so
my
are they,
big
though.
thing. So back, like, tell me if I'm off here, and I know you will because you're incapable of lying. Why would the elders lie to us? Why didn't they just tell us like, hey, we're here to do like a whole bunch of war? I'd actually prefer to just know that I'm going to do war. Then I could actually take it seriously.
Would Backlane know why they underplayed this?
Bakalian knows that they didn't know. The assumption of the elders was this was just some kind of a marauding force that blew in and decided to take over a town. The assumption was that they were going to just extract a lot of wealth, try and like ransom some hostages, and extract as much as they could from the clan before, fucking off to wherever.
Yeah. For the first time since you left, Backlane says something and she says, "We didn't know."
Oh, okay. And Yin looks to like the other two. It's like, okay, so here's what happens. We solve it. We solve the entire thing. We drive them out. We take accolades. We get to do that weird thing you do on people's foreheads. I still don't really understand it, but I'm here for it. Like, I support you in your
It's
decisions.
beautiful.
Yeah. This is your design. But here's the plan. We drive them out, huge accolades, maybe make a little scratch on top, bring it back. All of a sudden, we're heroes. We're big goddamn ass heroes. And then we get to, be heroes. And everyone likes us and all that good stuff. Right? Am I crazy?
Do we get fed well?
I mean, the peasants here are going to a whole bunch of like, probably cook us like a huge meal when we win. Right? They're going to be like indebted to us. We're going to be heroes.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then Thong looks over to Bakalian to see Bakalian's reaction.
I'm just looking at all of you like, oh,
No, is that not good?
You're so young and stupid.
It's true.
Like, I just walk over, and this is like the most you've ever heard her speak. She says, "This is our duty."
Yes, this is also true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all here for it. Like, let's do it.
I put my hand on your face, just on your face. Just like,
heroes.
this is for our family. And then I just turn around and I look expectantly for us to keep going because, these people are that I put in a net and people have, and like my relative has carved little words on. They might do things. So we should go, maybe.
Do we just leave them there or should we kill them?
I don't think
Yeah, that's a good question, Auntie. What's the play here?
Are we playing nice? Or I don't think they're playing very nice.
I look at them and I mean, I don't think we have time. I think that people are going to figure out what happened. And I think that our time is better spent trying to gain more information than like killing these people. But that's Buckland's opinion.
When I looted their bodies, did they have weapons on them?
Oh, well, aside from the crossbows and the spears that they had, no, not really. Like your standard knife, but I mean that's basically cutlery.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take a few of those crossbows because I don't really have anything other than my carving knife, just in case.
What if we give the crossbows and the spears to some of the locals? Are there still locals? I know it was very quiet, but do we see locals like once the guards are like away?
The town's very quiet, but there is still smoke coming from most of the homes. It seems like most people are just not going out right now.
Right.
You also, as you are looking into the town, see 3 massive ships, like huge wooden structures, like big sails, long distance ocean ships.
Which one is the smallest?
They are all the same size.
Okay. I was going to get the little one back for a little
But yeah,
while.
they are blockading the port.
But we give their weapons to the locals and deputize them, and they can watch them while we go and
there might be a resistance here that we can get in touch with and support in this overall siege on the town. Yeah. We can Les Mis this. Absolutely. You're already like flying the standard. I mean,
all right, so you guys are gonna head in. Are you gonna take the guards you disabled with you, or are you just leaving them out in the net?
I think that is there like a body of water anywhere like generally close by?
What?
Well, I mean, the delta is like it opens into a giant port.
Okay, so if there's like a little area, I guess we could just shove them in. It's not like we're technically killing them.
Oh yeah, and there are plenty of like, pools and lakes and stuff around.
Sure, yeah. So we just throw them into.
I love that Auntie's like, we don't have time to kill them, and just like literally pushes them into
let
the water.
nature handle it.
I see what you're doing, Auntie. Yes, I'll get rocks for their pockets.
Gods wish them to live.
Jesus Christ.
They will live. We
Look over
don't
at
have
Yin,
time for
and
this
I'm like,
shit. We gotta go. There are taxes we have to collect.
Is Auntie Lynn okay in the head?
No.
This is just to Yin. This is just to Yin.
No, absolutely not. This is not okay. None of this was okay. I'm glad you're seeing this, so I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of cool though. You know, with the writing, and then because they stole, so I think they deserved it, but I don't think I've ever seen this much death. It's kind of cool.
I mean, technically, you didn't see them die. You just saw them get pushed into a lake.
Okay.
That's kind of worse.
But they're wrapped up and they cannot swim because they're in your net with a carving on their face.
Plus the rocks.
And the rocks that Tom put on them.
If the gods wish them to live, they will live.
This is going to attract boars. This is going to be bad.
That's the problem.
That's another problem too.
Okay.
Anyways, Yin is like 2 things. 1, it is badass. Actually, pretty badass. I didn't know Tom had it in him. I thought Tom was going to like throw up, to be quite honest.
Tom might have while the font got smaller, I think because he got too close. The blood started coming out, but it was very nicely written.
Weird, right? Anyways, sorry, not the point. Second thing, I don't know. We're obviously going to go and like murder 100 more people, so that's going to happen. There's going to be a whole bunch more people on the boats. I mean, let's just do it by the books, I guess. The books means that we just do it really quick, and we're out of here. The town people love us. We eat a whole bunch of food, go back home, and pretend like this didn't happen.
Okay. I don't know what type of books you read. They're not the type of books I read, but I'll follow your lead.
All right.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. You think is Song a hugger? I feel like this is
yeah.
a good moment for like okay, it's 2 against the world here.
How tall is Yin?
Oh, Yin's huge, 5'4".
So a foot taller than Song. So
A foot?
a foot, yeah. Song's like 4'4".
4'4". 4'4", did you like
On a
blow
good
away
day.
in the wind? Like,
No, I have a heavy
the jade
jade
weighs him
shell.
down.
okay.
Yeah. The jade shell probably puts him at 4'6".
Gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. There's an illusion going on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I think this is a moment to just like bond here. Let's hug because this is fucked up.
This is fucked up.
Meanwhile,
fucked
like
up, so
me
fucked
and
up.
Tung are off at the edge
Literally
of the lake.
pushing. Yeah, we hear.
No. But they're unconscious, so there's no yelling. It's a very quiet affair. And I gently put a hand on his shoulder and I nod approvingly. And then we just kind of watch them for a little bit, and then we go inside with the rest of you. Stab him. So come on, let's go. Let's
My
do
Not
it.
necessarily in that order either.
My favorite part of this during the break was like I was like, I can picture your character tonight going back into the like little pond to get your net back. It's still a good net. Why would I give it away?
You know how hard it is to make a net? That's a lot of work.
I did that myself. All that nodding, and I'm like sitting there repairing it at like 2 a.m.
Oh, I can make you a new net. Song can make you a net in like
You.
a minute.
Oh my god! You should come by my house.
No, I'm scared.
I don't
of you.
actually
won't
tell
be-
you. I don't actually tell you this
Mm.
because I'm terrible at being emotionally vulnerable and talking to people.
I'll
Bro,
trade
but
you.
wouldn't that make you like able to demand they come to your house?
I don't talk to. I guess so. I mean, I suppose if at some point, we're walking through the city and you make the offer to make me a net, I just like put a big hand on you and I say, "Come to my house."
That's
Will there
convincing,
be-
but also the power of
Terrified?
excuses.
Utterly
ahead, Danny.
terrifying. I am 2 feet bigger than you.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Danny, go ahead.
No, I'll come over if you're gonna have more fish stew. I love how caramelized you make it, but I know you told Tong there was no bones. I found at least 2.
I shrug.
It's okay.
I know. I shrug. I'm just like, okay, sure, whatever.
Well, on that lovely note, you guys enter the city, and you see that, as I mentioned earlier, there's definitely smoke coming from the roofs, the homes. Clearly, people are there. There are also soldiers patrolling. The soldiers, go ahead and roll an observation, as you guys kind of, I presume, are going to like duck behind an alley to avoid immediate detection.
What kind of roll?
That would be intuition or resolve. I will also allow aura.
Did I roll a 1 then a 2 tonight? I love this. Love this from me.
You're so good.
Oh my god.
I'm really good at
Oh.
RPGs, y'all.
Okay, so Yin, nada. Tung, also nada. But Song and Baklien do observe that it seems to be kind of a mix. Some of these look a bit shabbier, more mercenaries. Some of the people patrolling, less of them, but some definitely look to be wearing kind of well-pressed uniforms, and they have the look of trained soldiery about them.
What type of weaponry do they have on them?
Most of them are carrying swords and shields, both made of steel. So pretty impressive. You also see some rifles.
Song's eyes
Gross.
light up with the medals, and like nudges Baklian and is like, "Can you get one of those for me? Not right now, but later."
I shrug. I'm like, sure, why not?
I let the other younger cousins know that, just like relaying that message that like some of these just look like the mercenaries we saw outside, but some of them are scary.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. The more danger we're in, the better story is for everyone else, so they can really love us for it. Am I crazy? No, this is going to work.
Yes, and the scarier the soldiers means the closer we are to their commanders.
Exactly. I bet they have 3 ships. They have 3 commanders. I bet each